Hey guys, welcome to Gardening Upbeat and I hope you are doing very well. So you have been thinking about growing orchid. I can also assume that you might be thinking that it's quite difficult to grow orchid. But honestly saying it is not, and let me show you how you can grow orchids at your home easily. Here is one of my Phalaenopsis orchid and it's already blooming. While talking about orchids, Phalaenopsis orchids are a bit difficult to grow and care for. They die if we do small mistakes, unlike other varieties of orchids like Dendrobium. Here is one of my Vanda orchid which is also about to bloom, and this is the flowering spike. Now Vanda orchid is totally different and I would do a different video on that plant as it has quite unique requirements. Same way, here is one foxtail orchid. This one is Dendrobium orchid and it's yet to bloom. Please don't get confused if you are totally new to orchids. There are many varieties. In this video, we would mainly focus on Phalaenopsis orchid and how to get the flowers. Let's talk about few important things first, and I would show you how to repot them successfully and what potting mix I use. Plus, you would also see the updates of 2 years in the same video. Trust me. Number 1. I am using pots which have lots of holes on the side of the pot. Is it really necessary? No, not at all if you are from tropical place like India. We can easily grow them in any pot without any holes on the side. Lots of holes in the bottom is fine, something like this. But again, it would depend on the potting mix you use. My pots are also bigger. It's better to use somewhat smaller pot for plants like this. Number 2. How frequently to water them? Again, it depends on the variety, and that is why I am strictly focusing on Phalaenopsis orchid. I water my orchids once in 2 to 3 days in summer and once in 7 to 10 days in winter. Please note, it would highly depend on your place, the humidity and the potting mix you use. Number 3. What about lighting requirements? Orchids need bright light but not the direct sunlight. You can grow them indoor as well if your light is bright enough. Number 3. How to fertilize them? For my Phalaenopsis orchid, I have been using one product which works both in growing stage and during the flowering stage. The name of the product is Orchid Boon and we can use this two ways. The NPK ratio of the first one is 25, 10 and 15, and this one we can use during the growing time. The dose is 2 grams in 1 liter water. Mix it well and then spray both on the leaves and also on the aerial roots. We can repeat this once in 10 to 15 days. The NPK ratio of the second one is 8-25-25, mean it has less nitrogen and more phosphorus and potassium. During blooming stage or before blooming, the requirements of these two nutrients is high and we can start applying from January onwards. Please note, timing may be different for you. I said January as Phalaenopsis orchid usually bloom in spring. That means in March to May. For example, it was the 23rd April while I was recording and you can see my Phalaenopsis orchids here. Instead of these two, we can also use NPK 19-19-19 once in 7 to 10 days and dose is 5 grams in 1 liter water. As you are watching this video, I believe you are new to orchids. So let me give you some buying tips so that you can enjoy flowers without much complexity. Number 1. Whenever you buy Phalaenopsis orchids, please buy plants which have at least 4 masseured leaves like this. More is always better. 2 on one side and 2 on other side. In order to keep blooming over the years, Phalaenopsis orchid need to put new leaves every year, at least one. Here you can see that my Phalaenopsis orchids are already starting new leaves. Anyway, if possible, try to get orchid plants with buds. That way you can be sure that you are going to get blooms sooner. Number 2. Best time to buy and repot them. It totally depends on your choice. But if you buy in January, you can enjoy flowers much faster as they bloom in early spring. Is this orchid for sale?
Yes, it is.
How much it is?
It is 1,000.
1000 is bit more. I have only 500. Will you give me?
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Same to you. Bye bye. It was a drama, and that is an orchid.
Last year I recorded everything and it was the month of February when I reported them. They bloomed well after 30 days. Let's take a look at the reporting procedure very quickly. Like I said before, it's not difficult. Orchids need special potting mix and here it is how I do it. 2 parts small pieces of coconut husk. Before using the coconut husk, soak them in water at least for 5 to 7 days. Clean it well and then only use it. Next, 1 part pine wood bark. Third one is sphagnum moss and last component is leca. If you like, you can also add 1 part wood circle. Next, clean all these components and we need to make them dust free. It would be much better if you can sterilize them. Please note, all the components are available on Amazon and I would put the links in description box in case you are interested. In fact, I myself bought all of them from Amazon except the coconut husk. Before repotting, removing the dried flowering spikes, sticks and the clips. Also removing the dried roots. Pressing all the components very lightly just to support the plant. That's a simple repotting procedure and as a last step, I supported the flowering spikes. Did not water as everything was already wet. This leaf is damaged by sparrows. I have many of them in my balcony and sometimes they damage few leaves here and there. It's absolutely fine. Again, half part of this leaf got damaged. This usually happens for many reasons like damaged roots, overwatering or underwatering, sunburn, fungal disease, etc. In my case, it's because of direct sunlight or fungal disease. Though I am keeping them behind some taller plants, they still get direct sunlight for around half an hour, which is not good. Anyway, remove the damaged part and applying fungicide. If I don't do this, the entire leaf is going to get damaged. This is an update after 30 days and we can see that damages on the leaf is getting stopped. Now let's talk about one of the most common problem and it is bud blast or bud turning brown before it blooms. It happens when they are lacking of water, nutrients and getting exposed to the too much intense sunlight. I am sorry to say that I don't have any footage as it did not happen with me. This is why showing some pics from online sources. We have to agree that orchid is a special plant just like anthurium. Like orchid, it feels great whenever our anthurium also blooms heavily. If you did not know, we can make our anthurium bloom happily too and for that you would need to check out the next video. Hope you found this video useful and if you did, I would really appreciate if you give it a like, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you are new to gardening upbeat. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy.